this. Police trying to keep up with the out-of-control fans storming the city after their first ever Super Bowl championship. Look at that, fireworks, everything. But take a look at this insane video. This was a hotel canopy collapsing under a group of fans that climbed on top of it. No word on any injuries, and this is crazy video as well of a crowd of Eagles fans flipping a car and celebrating in the streets. That's some way to celebrate, huh? Other people setting fires, lighting fireworks, and even starting a food fight inside a convenience store. SWAT teams being called in to help control the crowds.
I wanted to show this video because I was shocked, and I shouldn't be shocked because I didn't watch the Super Bowl and I didn't watch football. I didn't know who won. I was not going to sit through that painful game with the Patriots and the Eagles, and I definitely was not going to watch the halftime show with Justin Timberlake. So I decided to pass on that. But I then heard that the Eagles won, so I was kind of shocked because I thought they were going to give it to Tom Brady since he visited the White House and he is a fan of Trump, so I thought they might go ahead and give it to the Patriots. Obviously not. So you think, okay, the Eagles won, everybody is happy, but a whole riot broke out in Philadelphia. People are still talking about it, and it wasn't a celebration. It wasn't like, this is your team from your hometown and you're happy about it and you're celebrating and you're out in the street, maybe having a party, maybe going to bars and celebrating with your friends and being happy or enjoying time with your family. Oh no, these were wild animals who took to the streets like they were demon possessed and started flipping over cars, setting things on fire, tearing up hotels. They were throwing trash in the street. The police could not get control of them. They were on top of the canopies, on top of buildings, the little flimsy thing that you would see over a hotel or over a building, standing on those, climbing up light poles, just acting a chimp. So broke out store windows. They looted convenience stores. They went in the store and they started stealing. So now you're dealing with a bunch of thugs that were out there, just breaking into stores, taking merchandise that was not theirs and terrorizing the streets. It was not safe. I'm sure this being a Super Bowl game that there were children around and it wasn't safe for the children, but it was out of control. But the worst thing about this whole thing is the way that some news outlets are trying to spin this story as if this was just a bunch of people in a joyous celebration in the crowd having a good time, because their team won. No, it wasn't. These were a bunch of demon-possessed thugs who were looting and stealing and tearing up public property. They were flipping over cars, setting fires, breaking out windows, creating havoc, creating a dangerous situation, and the cops just stood there and let them. I'm sure had this been a certain demographic that they would have arrested everyone. They would have brought in the military. They would have brought out the tear gas. They would have had the rubber bullets and the real bullets. they would have been hunting people down. But because this is the majority of a certain demographic, they went ahead and just let them tear the city up. Even here with the title of the article, Super Bowl celebration in Philadelphia turns rowdy after Eagles win championship. Rowdy? This was not rowdy. This was a literal riot. Because a team won a championship, not because of oppression, not because of discrimination. This was over a win, which is supposed to be a good thing, not even over a loss, if you wanted to think of it that way. They basically chimped out over a win. It even says in the article that this was a joyous celebration, and then it turned rowdy and destructive. They are using their words carefully. It didn't turn rowdy and destructive. It turned into chaos and a riot. And they were saying boisterous fans smashed a Macy's store window. Looters broke into a convenience store. See, they're saying this like they're narrating for Disney. Like, this isn't scary. These are criminals who broke into a store and stole items. These are criminals that broke windows on property that they did not own. These were psychopaths. They could have hurt someone. They could have hurt themselves. They could have hurt children. They were out of control. And here you see this crappy response. It says, "Come on, guys, celebrate responsibly." Really? No, you're tearing up someone's property. You're a criminal. They were literally happy about flipping over a car. I don't know if they were throwing drinks on it or if they were pissing on the car, because it looked like someone was pissing on the car. I don't know. If you know, comment. I don't know what they were doing, but yeah, destroying property. Here, stoplights. Could have fallen and cracked his head wide open. They're in the gas station throwing food around. They were having a literal food fight, and some people were stealing. Now, they wanted to label the looting here underneath this video, which you can see obviously why, but I don't have any sympathy, because if you want to participate in this dumb, idiotic rioting and vandalism, then go ahead, because if anybody's going to be arrested, if this is going to be pinned on anyone, it's going to be you with deeply melanated skin. And I don't know why you want to participate in the stupid idiocy that is what happened after the Super Bowl. Because I can leave this article in the description bar below, because this is where they label looting, and you see the criminal element and why they attached it to this specific video, because you saw a lot more melanated people there in that area, but you did see when they pan off to the side who was in it as well. But if you want to participate in that, hey, it's you're the one who's going to go to jail. I don't know why we get caught up thinking we can do this stuff. Now, what you just saw was absolute degeneracy. It was filthy. It was disgusting. I don't know how you can be human and do something like that. That is just the most putrid thing that anyone could ever do willingly as well. There was a man and he looked like an Eagles fan. So, if you wanted to justify this, which there's no justification for doing it, you would say, okay, this person was a Patriots fan, so they are going to make them do this because the team lost. I don't care if I wouldn't do it under any circumstances, but that would be a semi-rational thought. But this person looked like they had Eagles colors on. And they been down in the street where there was horse droppings, and they put their face in it and they put it in their mouth, and they were egging them on, do it, eat it, and patting him on the back when he did. Oh my God. What's the point? Why would you? That is so disgusting. Those feces off the ground in your mouth, and people are cheering you on close to your face after you've bent down and put your face in it. That is so sick and disgusting, and it literally turns my stomach and makes me want to throw up and puke. How anyone can do that is beyond me. Like, that is sickening. And as I predicted, there were young children on the street while all of this was going on. While all this degeneracy and disgustingness and eating animal feces, starting fires, flipping over cars, breaking window, glass everywhere, trash everywhere, fire everywhere. There were parents who had babies in strollers. They were carrying infants while all of this is going on. Any one of those children could have been killed while they were chimping out. And they just go on like nothing happened. Like this wasn't a whole riot with a bunch of criminals stealing and looting and tearing up property. This here is just a picture of the street, of the torn up light poles and street lights, and awning was broken off a hotel, broken bottles, crushed cans and trash all over the street. Just filthy and degenerate and disgusting. Some animals would not think to do this because they wouldn't want to deal with the aftermath. And they said following the victory, 76 fans were arrested and some downtown businesses were looted amongst the celebration. Not the riot, not the saying this is criminal acts. These are criminals. These are thugs. These are lowlives. Because what kind of lowlife would actually damage businesses that are not yours, break out windows, endanger children, endanger other people, start fires, flip over cars, just chaos. It was chaos. But they called it a celebration.